6:15. It's Tuesday morning, and where else would want me at this time in the morning but to go and meet Carlton and Lucas to get on the train to go to London.
And soft sleep.
So, how do you feel about today?
It's gonna be good.
A few moments later.
And I was like, should I ignore Luke and text him tonight? I'd be like, so tomorrow morning, Luke, can you remember your decision?
Ay, ay, ay. I don't know what floor we're on in this building though, so we might find out that we're room like 5 on floor 17. We work. What if I don't want to work? Luke's freezing. Say man. Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, as you can see behind me, we're in London. We're going to be doing a media day for First Response. They are a technological company who specialise in basically showcasing and helping prevent and then also audit systems when they get malware attacked and etc. So we're going to be creating some interview content today to showcase what they know and how they know it. And big thank you to Richard, who's on behind the scenes camera today. And we've also got a very cold Luke helping out today with the production side of things. So we're going to one of their offices, or a office that they can use, and then we'll just show the setup process as normal on a media day vlog. But it's interesting because we're in London instead of being in Salisbury. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you very soon. I thought they'd be further down with the scaffolding though, to be fair. It's a plane, it's a plane, it's a... Hello ladies and gents, welcome back. So we're here in the meeting room. Luke's just setting up behind us. If you hear any little noises and bits and bobs, that's why. Interesting scenario when we got here. First we got lost, kind of. Then we went into the wrong part of the building, which was fun. And then there was no receptionist. So we couldn't actually get let in. So we kind of had to linger around to be then let in. But we made it work, it's all good. And we have a wonderful meeting room with a plane on the wall, which is very exciting. And we're also running a time lapse on one of Richard's cameras over here, and Luke is just setting up. So there you go. I might talk through what Luke's doing because I don't think Luke's in the mood to talk to camera today. But we'll see you very soon when something else happens.
Executing ransomware attacks. Okay. And other than that, we kind of don't care.
Is that because it's untraceable?
No, it's not untraceable at all. It's completely and utterly traceable. That's the thing that a lot of people don't get.
So why
with blockchain, it's a publicly, because they think it's not traceable.
Right, okay.
They believe some of their own marketing hype. But no, but really a lot of that is being focused on more by national and international law enforcement agencies. So you've got
something I did want to ask you. Don't have to top it, but it's something that's quite topical. Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram shut down a couple of weeks ago. Would you like to discuss the potential flaws in that or not?
Yeah, can do, keeping in mind that I don't have any authoritative
Of course.
background information.
No, but you can give your expert opinion on from what you do know.
The other thing is that will timestamp this.
Yeah, I think it would be good to have, because then because what we try to do whenever we create content is we try to create content that's some is future-proof forever. So it's very, passwords I imagine will be future-proof forever because everyone's going to have a password. But also,
Dominic will put the rest later.
okay, fantastic. But we also want some topical stuff. And the reason why I'm throwing that in is because I think it's quite a good topical topic to talk about, because a lot of people were like, what on earth? What happened here? For me personally, I was like, okay, a $1 billion company just shut down for 6 hours.
It shot itself.
Yeah, which then I found out after I read into it, and maybe we'll get into that it was actually them that did it.
Well, from what I've heard in the public domain, the Facebook and Instagram, WhatsApp, Oculus and Messenger outage that we saw recently was down to an internal configuration change that they made themselves. So it wasn't a hack, it wasn't an external attack, it was simply an administrator made a change to one of their configurations, which basically took them off the internet. So where that really came from was DNS, the domain name system, and that's essentially the telephone book of the internet. So to all intents and purposes, Facebook removed their entry out of the global internet telephone book. So nobody could find them. It got a little worse and a little bit more embarrassing, because part of that takedown or that configuration change also took out their door access systems, their internal email, their access to diagnosis tools or diagnostic tools, and it meant that they had to call locksmiths in to get access to the building so that the administrators who could fix the problem could go in and make the change, and that was why they were down for 6 hours. Yes, it's entirely possible that could happen again. We do see this from time to time with organisations. Many organisations will make changes to their configuration which will lock customers out of systems. Obviously, the Facebook/Instagram impact was huge because their user base is so large, but in supply chain attacks, we also see sometimes that the compromise of a large provider of services, either by an external attacker or by an internal configuration change, will impact every customer they have. To limit the sort of impact of those kinds of changes, typically most organizations have a very robust change management or change control system in place already. So they've already kind of taken a lot of the steps they need to make sure that any change is tested in a pre-production environment. So most large organizations will have their production environment, which is where their actual customers and their client data resides, and they'll have a completely parallel system, which may be slightly cut down, but it'll essentially be much of the same core infrastructure will exist with sample data. And so they'll make those configuration changes in that pre-production environment so that they can accurately understand exactly what the impact of those changes will be. The problem comes when that pre-production environment is not necessarily 100% compatible with production, or that it doesn't interface with external systems. For example, systems within the infrastructure of the wider internet, for example.
A few moments later.
At what point did you start? Because that was really good,
That was amazing.
but I just don't know when we started.
Can you do that all again?
It's basically going to be that, I'm afraid.
I missed the beginning.
Well, exactly.
Is everybody happy to start again? Let's do that, that's a good idea. I like the cloud analogy, that's funny, that's good.
If we pull together the stuff that Dominic did with the stuff I just did,
I think we might, there's two ways we'll edit it. Either we'll put it into one video, combine them if it works, or we'll do them as separate. chunks depending on what feels the best. Until I edit it, I honestly don't. But would you like to talk about blockchain next, or do you want to go into Bitcoin in specific?
Well, blockchain, and then that'll segue into blockchain. That's right.
Too many bees. Bit. Just before we do that, do you want to do your top tips? I'm conscious that we haven't done your top tips yet.
That's right. Let me remember what they are first.
How do you think those were? How did you feel they were? Do you think they flowed well? What do you think? Because I think what might be easier is you do one, so you look down what it is, you execute the content, pause, number 2, pause, number 3, pause, number 4, pause, number 5. I'm just debating in my head whether we want to actually number them, because we may want to do them as separate chunks. So I think leave out the numbers, because we can play around with the order then. If you don't go, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, we're stuck in that order.
This is number 17. No, that's fine.
So
if we're splicing that way, are we going to have any continuity problems with head position?
Yeah, so that's normally why we shoot on 2 cameras, because then if I do need to cut and I'm out or etc., I can just cut to the other camera. Fantastic. So I think let's go again. Hopefully that's the plan. I think, as I say, it'll be easier for you to do, as I say, point 1, execute, pause, point 2, execute, pause, etc. Because otherwise you're going to be like, what's number 3? What's in your head when you're trying to say number 1, and it will throw you off.
Yes, exactly right.
So I think let's go again from the top. Do you want to make a cut for me? I think let's do one more of number 5.
Okay.
And just to see, because I like that one, but I think there might just be a couple of nuances that you go into this time. Now you've run it through in your head a couple of times.
Okay.
So I think let's go again from the top of that one, and then.
Do you think it's what in particular struck you?
Again, it's normally we're just looking for the different options, because it might be that I combine the takes on, like I liked up to the plumber example, and then I feel like it got a bit weaker. So I think maybe just revisit it and see what we naturally get. I wouldn't worry too much about what it is, just because you'll naturally do it differently every time you say it. So I'm just looking for options. If you're happy, I think we'll go for one more. No, I think we'll move on, because I think we're all kind of sick of these tips to an extent.
We are indeed.
That was good, but it was quite specific around.
That's what my knowledge is.
No, it's great. I mean, it's great to know that, but I think now we just look for a little bit more general. Hello gents, we're currently halfway. The client is kindly gone to get us lunch. I personally think it's gone really, really well. I just had a chat with Luke and Richard. They're really happy with how it's gone so far as well, which is great, but also we've covering quite a lot, which is fantastic. And we're not having to come up with topics as well, because we prepped this shoot really, really well, which is really helpful as well, which is fantastic. And there's a couple of like ifs and buts and such, and a couple of mistakes, but that normally is just normal what happens in the interview, and that's why having 3 people on set is really, really valuable, because I don't even need to think about setup. I didn't really need to think about, cameras, anything at all deliberately, so I could really get into the mindset of the content specifically, which is really, really valuable, and I think it's going to make some great content for them. And hope you enjoyed the behind the scenes. I hope you enjoyed it up to this point. We're currently about halfway, and we're going to be pushing into more technical based knowledge next about really what first response actually do as a company, and why they serve their clients so well. So yeah, we'll see you at some point in the near future, and we'll wrap it up as we pat down as well later on. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in a moment, where we'll be consuming the interviews and getting more into technical analysis. Yeah, I'm just thinking, because you made a pause, I'm thinking whether if I make a cut point on the pause, whether it will work.
Okay.
Because I don't think the end bit was as valuable, to be honest. I think the main point was made at the start, which was basically, look, these are not teenagers in their bedrooms. These are basically companies that are funded by criminal activity or government. I think that was the crux, and I think it would work. So as long as you guys are happy, I think that was that. I think, to be honest.
If I glance down from time to time, that'd be a problem.
As long as you pause, so you deliver, phase, then go back to where you were, then deliver again. It's when you deliver as if you move your head, it will become a problem. It's not the end of the world if you do, because I might be able to cut around it, but...
A few moments later.
Hold on, this will be red.
I was literally going into it. I was like...
We caught it, it's okay. Everything's fine. Think it ended well? Think it flowed really well? So do you think you've covered everything you need to in regards to the technical side?
I think so, yeah.
Stuff.
Hi there, my name's John Douglas and I'm a Technical Director at First Response. We've just spent the day with Brunton Media preparing a series of videos for our website to try and help people understand what it is that we do and why we do it. Brunton have made the process really easy. It's been a very relaxed, banter-filled day with them managing to coax a lot of good information out of us without us making things too overly technical or complex. So yeah, highly recommended. It was a good fun day, and I'm sure it will pay great dividends in the time to come.
Hi, I'm Dominic. I'm a Director of First Response, and I've just spent the day filming videos for the website with the team, and it's been a very enjoyable experience. They've helped coax really good information out of us, helped us to make sure that we weren't being too technical and we were delivering the right message for the people that we were wanting to communicate with. So yeah, the end of a long day. I'm very tired, but I'll certainly look forward to doing it again.
So that's that. We're leaving. We're going to wrap up a little bit later. We're on the rush for train, so we'll see how the end of this ends. But that was that. Room's back to how we found it. All good. I thought it went really, really well. Luke, shout, because I'm wearing the mic. But how do you think it went?
Yeah, it went well.
That was, went well. Richard, what do you think?
Yep, brilliant. Good day.
They're not going to hear you because of my mic, but hey.
Well, yeah, I'm shouting. Good day.
Fantastic, let's go. I'm too tired to care. Packed up, heading home. Luke's behind me, looking really amused. Richard's still doing his thing. Really, really good day. Really productive. Lots of editing to do though. So hopefully, going to get ahead of it, some of it anyway, on the train. Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to the end of this video. So I just wanted to thank the team for putting up with me and staying the longer period of time than we initially planned. These media days, sometimes we end up finishing at 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. Really just depends on what we're doing, but that's a wrap today. Really, really happy with the results. We were just talking about how we could possibly optimize it on the way back to the station. We are on a rush of train, so I'm gonna keep this short and brief, but if you did enjoy this video, I'd love to hear what you think in the comment section down below, and leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. And if you'd like to hear more about media days specifically and hiring us to do them, make sure to find my information somewhere around this video, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible and have a wonderful conversation with you about you and your business and how we may be able to support you in your content creation journey. And I'll see you very, very soon.